Alex, probably one of the biggest goals of your career. Can you tell us what you saw in that play?
Yeah, I think great pass by Gus, going low to high, and then I just saw traffic and took the middle, just shot it. Yo said it was the hardest shot he's seen of his life, so just happy it went in.
Go to Adam on the right.
Roman, can you walk us through the power play goal there that tied it up, and if there was any concern on your part that maybe they would take a look at it, and what would happen after that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they took a look at it, but yeah, it was a breakout. I felt like our breakouts weren't great. The first, I don't know how many we had, 3. And I had a lot of speed, kicked out to Phil made a great play. He got it right back to me, and I felt like I had a little bit of an opening. Tried to go around the goalie, and it just somehow laid there, and I don't know what happened after, but I kind of laid there and saw it go in, so that's all that mattered.
Teams need their best players to be their biggest players in this kind of situation. You saw kind of what they did with Miller and Besser, raising their play in games 3 and 4. Did you guys, yourself, Ryan, Phil, Gus, kind of think we need to be a little bit better tonight to match that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were down 3-1. Obviously, Miller, Besser, they had some big games in Nashville, and we knew we needed to step up, and especially on our power play. I think our power play hasn't been great this series, and that was a huge goal for us. But yeah, we all talked about it, the whole group. I mean, we were down 3-1, and we actually felt like we played 2 pretty good games in Nashville, but it doesn't really matter, right? We didn't get the win, so we knew nothing's going to be given to us. We gotta step up and play better and give even more, and I thought we did that tonight.
Go to Patrick on the left.
Roman, after that first period, Canucks were, there's a lot of energy in the building. Canucks came hard. What was the chatter in the room for you guys?
Yeah, we kind of expected it, to be honest. We even before the game, we were like, hey, they have a chance to close out the series. We're on the road. The crowd's going to be loud. They're going to be pushing, and they had some great looks. And Josi was amazing, not just in the first, the whole game. And we kind of knew that was going to happen a little bit. Obviously, we tried to push back, but we were pretty calm in the first intermission. We said, hey, that was their push, and we knew it was coming. And I thought actually we played a really good second period and kind of got them on their heels a little bit.
On the PK, it looked like you guys were reading how they were going to. The zone entries happened, but then you guys were reading what their second sort of move was. Did you guys anticipate the way they were coming into the zone? Were you prepared for that?
Yeah, I mean, we did a really good job on the break-ins for sure. Obviously, they have a lot of skill. All their guys that are on the power play have a lot of skill. They can make plays, and I just thought we had good gaps and killed a lot of plays before they got some zone time.
You guys have been a strong third period team all season. After they get that goal, what's the message on the bench, and how easy was it to just kind of snap back into that identity?
Alex, you want that one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like you said, I think all season we've been pretty good in the third. Obviously, after last game, it hits hard, but at the same time, our mentality all season was always to look forward and to get better. So it was another big challenge tonight at the end of the game. I think we handled it pretty good. And like you said, Juice was unbelievable tonight. So we got it done at the end.
Alex?
Roman, Bruno said before the game, that series momentum can change really quickly, and this game obviously sends it back to Nashville. What's your mindset as it heads back there Friday?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's great for us to go back to Nashville. We kind of knew before the game they don't want to come back to Nashville. Obviously they wanted to close out tonight. But you know what? There's so many momentum changes even within the game. It's up and down. The momentum changes, and you got to be a desperate team. We got to be desperate. Next game we're still facing elimination. They want to close out in Nashville. So yeah, it's just how playoffs work. I mean, momentum is big, but at the same time, you got to find a way to play even better the next game, and we got to do that next game to get another win.
We'll do one more for the guys. Go to Thomas on the right.
Roman, just curious, you've now shot as a team against 3 different goaltenders. Is there something of a challenge in that you've got to adjust game to game, just thinking about the goals that you were able to manufacture tonight? They probably aren't the ones that you draw up.
No. Yeah, I mean, we got a pretty good idea on the pre-scout, and Carsey's shot was just a great shot. I think it was like, I don't know, 69 miles per hour probably. I don't know.
Maybe 70.
No, but you know what? Yeah, you kind of trust. I think, I don't know, as a D-man, there's a lot of times you shoot from the blue line, so like you're trying to get your shots through a little bit, and sometimes you have a look and you might try to pick a corner, but a lot of times you're trying to get the shots through. But I think as a forward, it's you're always in that close areas, and you kind of try to find some tendencies by a goaltender, and obviously nice goals were great screen, and mine was kind of a scramble, but I think for forwards it's a little bit more of a pre-scout where they look at goalies and try to expose them.
Go to Alex.
Bruno, that was probably the biggest goal of Alex Carrier's career. What did you, just the journey he went on from game 1 and game 2 to getting that goal? What do you think about that?
I was really happy for him. He's a heart and soul kid, highly competitive. Love him. Nice to see him get rewarded in a big time moment and a big time play.
Adam on the right.
Andrew, you know you need your best players to be your biggest players this time of year. What does it say your entire top line, and Roman steps up and scores the game-tying goal? Those guys knew they needed to deliver. Did you have to say anything to them, or did they just understood?
They just understood. I mean, all year they've kind of done it. Proud of them, the resiliency they showed. It was tough. It's been a tough series to create a whole lot. They're offensive guys. But like I said, they stuck with it. And kind of the message was that, you got to do it. It might take forever to get it, but keep pounding on the door. And I thought they did a really good job just staying true to themselves. They didn't cheat the game, and they got their opportunities and went in.
Bruno, what was the emotional journey for you in that game with the first period? Sort of the Canucks all over, then you guys all over the second, no goals either way.
Yeah, I mean, I think coming in, I knew Vancouver, they're going to play their best game. And I thought they played really well. It was the best I think they played besides the third period in game 2, where they kind of went wave after wave a little bit, kind of hemmed us in. I didn't think we were particularly sharp, but I think as a group we stuck together. We weathered it, and then I thought we got to our game in the second period. And that's kind of us in a way, a little bit of that relentless on top of you. Had the puck a lot, I felt, missed some chances. And then the third period I thought it could go either way. Juice made some unbelievable saves, and we got a bounce. And that's been kind of the series so far.
Were there some adjustments you guys made on the PK because they had a hard time setting up tonight?
Yeah, I think there's an emphasis. I think when it's like their PK when you're playing them 5 games in a row. You make a few adjustments, but I think the players maybe start understanding what you're saying because they see it time after time and again. And the PK was outstanding. It's a great power play over there. I thought we did a tremendous job at big moments, especially killing 2, kind of in about a 6-minute span there.
Anything else for Bruno? Alex?
You said before the game, series and games and momentum in the playoffs can switch so quickly. You feel like you've gotten some of that headed back to Nashville for Game 6?
I like our game, and I've liked it every game. And the momentum swings are going to happen. They happened early today, early tonight, or the first period. I thought they had it. They fed off of how the last game ended, and I thought we had in the second. And like I said, there's some swings here and there in the third. We grabbed it a little bit late. I really liked the way we closed the game out. I think it showed a lot of growth in our group and understanding of the desperate times takes desperate measures. And I really like the poise. That was a little bit we talked about, the growth and the poise, that you're going to get in these positions. That's how you get better. That's how you learn to win games, and they showed it tonight.
We'll do one more for Bruno. Go to Zach.
Knowing that this is going to be a one game at a time thing from now on, how do you manage the emotions from this win, going back home, playing Game 6, and just refocusing?
Just be us. We've been like that all year. We've done a really good job of going straight forward. It's one game. Enjoy it for tonight and get back to work. There's a ton of work to do here. And we just want to have that mentality, just try to go home and play our best game and give ourselves the best chance, and we'll see what happens.